Let me tell you a story about a story. It's like a weird fractal meta story. This is the first episode of a new series that I'm starting called The Story of Stories. And this first episode is about a classic poem. Roses are red. Oh, what are you doing here? Roses are red. Violets are blue. Sugar is sweet. And so are you. Or at least so says the poem. Most commonly known as Roses Are Red. In its earliest form, this poem actually appeared in the late 1500s. It was part of Sir Edmund Spenser's poetic epic, The Faerie Queene. This poem focused a lot on Elizabethan virtues because the author had direct dealings with a lot of royalty. It's even likely that the text was published with the help of Sir Walter Raleigh. It's not confirmed that Sir Eddie's version is the original, but let me read it for you and see what you decide. Gotta get my readers out here. It was upon a summer's shiny day, when Titan fair his beams did display. In a fresh fountain far from all men's view, she bathed her breast, the boiling heat tear lay. She bathed with roses red and violets blue, and all the sweetest flowers that in the forest grew. I tried my best at an old Yorkshire accent. And that's what we got. The Faerie Queene is also important because it contributes to Arthurian legend and is also one of the earliest references to the guy, to King Lear. That's the one, King Lear. The version that I talked about earlier in the episode, where it goes, "Sugar is sweet and so are you," originally came from a nursery rhyme collection called Gammer Gertson's Garland. This collection was put together by Joseph Ritson, who lived from 1752 to 1803. A lot of people did not like him, but Sir Walter Scott said that he was pretty cool. So, we'll go with that. He was actually a lawyer, but in his spare time, he did literary stuff. He's most famous for having worked on Robin Hood, by the way. Just wanted to put that in there. I haven't read this anywhere, I'm just kind of making it up, but I think the reference to sugar is kind of significant. If we consider the England that Mr. Ritson's poem was published in, then we might get some more insight into why sugar is important. Sugar, for a long time, was valued very highly, and probably much more so than it is nowadays. And people like James Clarkson were really upset with how people working to acquire sugar were being treated. Sugar is also very valuable because it was being exported to what would eventually be the US. And we all know what happened when they stopped paying the taxes on the sugar. And if we don't all know, then please Google search in a new tab, American Revolution. Acquiring sugar was difficult because after being harvested, it would solidify quickly. And the machines processing sugar literally had swords near the openings so that workers could cut off their arms if they got stuck. I would suggest checking out the book Sugar Changed the World, because that's where I learned all of this. Not the poem stuff, but the sugar stuff. So, give them a go. Speaking of sugar, you want to hear the audio for that? ST. Action shot. So this fellow's reference to sugar, I'd imagine, means a lot more then than it does today. And from there, you probably know the story. The poem's just made its way into pop culture in songs and movies, maybe. I'll find a movie and put it there. Meryl Streep was in it. Definitely. Probably Johnny Depp. And Leo DiCaprio also. All of them won Oscars for that movie, and Emmys, and Grammys. And it's also become like a medium good meme, like on the good scale, probably little bit less than medium. I mean, like every once in a while, one of those guys gets a little bit of a giggle, a little bit of a chuckle, but that's alright. A little bit of a normie meme, but you know, you win some, you lose some. Unless it's Florida Man, then it's good-ish. Well, I think that concludes the first episode of The Story of Stories. Stick around for the second one, because that one's going to be real fun too. Now it's time to go fill my mug up with water and pretend that it's tea in the next video, because I have run out of tea. Oh, a little bit of a comma there for you. So, see you later, Gator. Time for the next video.